What if I told you that the only thing standing between you and your success is just a thought that you've been believing about yourself? 95% of our actions is happening subconsciously. So if you want to make true changes to your results, you have to start making changes to your patterns that are ingrained deep down on your subconscious level. Some of those patterns are called limiting beliefs, and that is what I want to talk to you today about. Your personality is a precursor of your reality. In order for you to have really profound changes to your life and results, you have to shift your identity, to start reshaping what you think of yourself. Reshape how you relate to this world and how you act. And that is why coaching is so powerful, because through a right questioning and reflection, we tap into your blocks or limiting beliefs that are holding you back. This is why you might be in a toxic relationship, not once, but again and again. This is why you are not getting a promotion. This is why you are poor and can't build that financial security that you want to build. So what you think of yourself is driving your feelings, impacting your potential, your actions, and as a consequence, your results. Here is a success diagram that every coach uses in some shape or form. The more empowering beliefs we have about ourselves and about achieving something, with greater potential comes greater action, and greater actions yield greater results. Have you ever asked yourself why people who win in lottery then in the end up poor again down the track in a couple of years? Because they got the results without going through all the required steps first, without shaping and building their identity, without learning and maximizing their skills, and without doing the work that's required to keep that wealth. I hear it all the time when people say, "Oh God, I wish I won that $1 million. This is a flawed thinking. The right thinking would be, "Oh God, I wish I had a mindset and skill set needed to get me to $1 million. The moment you shift your thinking around that and you shift from one pattern to another, I can guarantee you, your life will start changing from that moment. As an example, if I think I'm not worthy and do not deserve good relationships, I will be behaving in a way that will attract the relationships that will prove that I'm not worthy. And it becomes a vicious circle. Your subconscious tells you, I'm not worthy. You feel, think, and behave as a person who is not worthy. You'll then, of course, attract the people and circumstances accordingly to your life that are mirrors of how we think of ourselves. And then you feed your subconscious with the proof that it was right. And it tells you again, I told you so, this is what you deserve. So it becomes that vicious circle where your personality creates your personal reality. Hence why you need to start making changes to your personality on the personality level, at your subconscious level, and that means reprogramming your brain. Now I will share with you my CTA framework that I usually use with my clients to move them from struggling to thriving, from doubting their worthiness to securing senior roles with 20-30% increases within 6 months. CTA stands for clarity, trust, and action. And the first step is to get clarity, which is to think about what is limiting you within yourself to get to where you want to be in life. You need to identify your limiting belief first, to become aware of it. It's usually the hardest, and this is the whole point of coaching, to help you see what you can't see yourself. It happens through the right questioning and the reflection. Some of the questions that I ask my clients to raise their awareness about the potential limiting beliefs that are blocking them are, is this an absolute truth? Or are those just words going through your head? When did I decide that this was true about myself? What would I do if I didn't have that belief? How would my life change if I chose not to have that belief? The second step is trust. You have to develop trust in yourself to develop that self-confidence. There is a good phrase, you're not what you think you are, but what you think you are. Your mentality creates your reality. So the more you build up that self-trust and self-confidence in yourself, the more you will be showing up like that in the outer world, which in its turn will bring you more and more closer to your goals. We will not be talking about how to build that self-confidence because I have multiple separate videos on that topic, and you can check one of those here where I talk about 5 tools how to build that unshakable confidence. But what I want to tell you is that having that self-trust is your ability to even start taking action, to even embark on the journey of building that higher, better, and more successful life. By the way, if you like this insight, sign up to my free weekly newsletter where I share actionable strategies how to create 360 success, from relationships to career, from confidence and productivity to joy and growth. Link is in the description below. And the third step is action. You now have to develop a clear plan of action towards your goals and act on it. And that is where things like goal setting, building that self-discipline, making the right systems and frameworks become super important. I talk a lot about those in my channel, and here is the link to one of the videos that will help you to win this step. Staying focused on taking daily action is extremely important to see the progress. I always say the right mindset is what will get you started. The right action plan and support around it is what will keep you moving and progressing. You have lived decades of your life probably backing up with evidence a particular belief that you currently have in your life. The belief that you can't be reached, the belief that it is your family's karma to end in bad relationships and not to have good marriages. So it will take some time to change that. But the moment you start changing, you will start immediately the improvements to your life. The first thing is to get aware. The second thing is to build that self-confidence and trust in your abilities and in yourself. And the third thing, which is by far one of the most important, is to start taking action, even if it's a small, little, tiny step, but just do it. When I do this type of reflective work with my clients and ask them how do they feel now when they let go of that voice after a few months of working together, they say free. This is where a lot of tension goes away. This is where the true freedom comes. You stop being a victim and you become empowered. You become free from those chains that you have carried throughout your life. I want to leave you today with one of my favorite quotes. There are no limits on what you can achieve with your life, except the limits you accept in your own mind. As always, rooting for you, for your success. With care, Anna.